So I just came up with a new idea for a thing in Pattern Blaster, grenade type weapons, and I thought, hey, why not record myself actually adding those so you can kind of see how I do things in case you're interested. So yeah, just gonna start by going into weapon and a weapon class and adding a flag saying that this particular weapon's a grenade. Then this bit of the code is just where the weapon gets generated, and so I'm saying, okay, what's the likelihood that something's a grenade? Well, I'm not going to put that into the demo, and the weapon shouldn't be homing, shouldn't be a swarm weapon, should be a shotgun type weapon, should be a scattershot type weapon, because all of that kind of stuff would interact really weirdly with the behavior, so I don't want that. And also I don't want knockback, because what will happen is otherwise, the moment the first little kind of grenade particle impacts, the target will be pushed away, and so the other particles will never hit, so it will actually completely destroy the effectiveness. I noticed that when I added shotgun type weapons, and they were really useless whenever they had knockback. Okay, so the next thing to do is just to say, what makes grenade weapons different. So, well, should be kind of big. So let's make the shot size bigger. They'll probably take longer to reload. So let's make them take a bit longer to reload. These are probably the main kind of differences. Yeah, give it quite a long time to reload. I guess let's give it more damage as well. In general, I mean, it's better if you've got a weapon that shoots quickly. So 50% more reload and 50% more damage is actually worse. Anyway, so yeah, and now it's just going to be a bunch of housekeeping. The description should mention when the weapon's a grenade. Oh yeah, and now this is really stupid housekeeping. I'm just going to have to redo the equals anti-hash code functions. This is kind of Java stuff to make things work properly, but I can just use code generation. Yep, and for a bunch of different things, you can have tiny and giant versions of the same gun, and of course they should preserve the grenadeness, or you can just have duplicates of the gun, so again it should preserve that. So this is kind of the boring housekeeping type thing, but I have to remember to do this now, because otherwise, this is how bugs happen. If I don't go over the code, I'd make sure that it's being done anyway. Okay. Yeah, and actually grenades should probably have a shorter range as well, especially so you can actually kind of see the grenade effect. Okay. Now, the other thing, of course, I have to do is, by grenade I really mean a shot which, at the end of its life, when a normal shot just winks out, this shot actually explodes into little particles. Okay, so if you've got here a shot and it's dying, then if it's a shot from a grenade type weapon, and it's a primary shot, so it's not already a kind of sub-shot, then we want to create a whole bunch of sub-shots. I'm just going to reuse some code here from something that already does that, exploding creatures. I can pretty much just steal that and paste it in and edit it a little bit to make it work properly. Mostly, the shots are going to have to be slightly different. Okay, so we already have some code, I think, for creating sub-shots, so I can just reuse that one. Just like that. Yep. Okay, so we make a sub-shot of ourselves. Yeah, that looks like the right thing. Okay, so now we have to kind of make sure that this sub-shot kind of spritzes out in all directions and more or less equally. So yeah, we want to change the velocity vector from how it works normally. Okay, we've got here some stuff. We'll just giving it a random direction, which we can reuse. That's the thing with trigonometry. I mean, you use it quite a lot in these kind of games, but I always find it really impossible to just get it right without thinking. So I spend a lot of time just reusing the same snippets of code because I know that they work. I'm actually working in a bunch of trig helper functions and classes, so I can graduate from copy paste to actually using libraries. But the thing about that is that while it's very satisfying, it doesn't actually get a game done. And so I don't actually work on it as much as I could. Okay. Yeah, and let's make the grenades. Well, obviously, each of the shots should do much less damage. And then, yeah, finally, we just have to tell the game engine that we'd like to add this new little shot. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. So let's try it out. So right now everything's a grenade. Okay. Yeah, everything's a grenade. Well, except for things which are other things already. So yeah, let's go for this bear here. Boom. Okay, well, fundamentally it works. Doesn't really look right. It looks more like a firework than a grenade or something like that. So yeah, it's good. It works, but I think I'm going to have to fiddle with it a bunch so it feels right. That's pretty much what I'm doing at this point in the development. I mean, it all works. Not really, adding any kind of amazing major things. I don't want to add any amazing major things because that could be a huge source of bugs, kind of right before the release. But there's a lot of kind of yes, let's change this number from 7.3 to 7.1 because that makes the game more balanced or something like that. Okay, so we don't want them to explode out quite that vigorously. I actually want more of these shots. The engine can probably handle it, so let's make them 40 shots. Cool. And there should really be an explodey sound, like when a creature explodes. Okay. So we just have to tell the engine that we'd like a sound to appear at a particular location with just exploding shot. So let's do that. Yeah, that last parameter is how loud it is. On like a scale from 0 to 1. So I guess that's not a big kaboom kind of thing. So let's give it like a 0.3 as a volume. Because otherwise, it's a lot of these number changing things are kind of changing how loud things are, because you want to be able to hear everything in the game, but you don't want something to be completely overpowering. Okay, well, that looks better. It's still a bit too fireworky. I think it's it's got far too big a range. So I think a bit more fiddling is necessary, and you can't really hear the explosion over the music right now. I'm recording all of this without sound, mostly because I'm just trying out a new recording system instead of the old one. So yeah, I hope it's okay that it's just me talking. You can just turn off the volume if you're not interested in the commentary. Okay, so yeah, make it louder. Let's make the shots have less life left when they get spawned. So yeah, and actually vary the amount of life they've got left a bit, because right now it's too even as well. It kind of goes out and then suddenly all of the shots stop, which looks kind of unnatural. Okay, so yeah, it's just kind of a process of iterating over things until it actually looks and plays nice. Okay, so back to the testing range. We've just got this little empty bear here standing, shooting things into the yeah. That's better. It's still not quite right, but it's better. It's starting to look more like a grenade type thing rather than a firework. Okay, more fiddling. Let's make the shots go faster. More kind of bang, less, poof, firework, pretty. Okay. Maybe. That could be okay. Looks certainly quite exploding now. Let's play with it a bit. Ooh. Oh. Excellent. Right. Steel grenade. Okay, no, actually that's too fast, I think. Kind of feels like the little shots aren't even moving anymore. They're just kind of teleporting. It's probably breaking the physics a bit as well. So let's go down there again. The thing is that if something moves too fast in the physics, then it will just kind of teleport straight to other things. Yeah, and I think the weapon should do a bit less damage as well because it's actually really good. It's really useful to have that kind of splash area. In general, the easier it is to hit something with a weapon, the less damage it should do, because otherwise you just always use the weapon that makes it easy to hit things, right? As I said, the faster the shot, the bigger the kind of spread of the shot. If it's some kind of shotgun type thing, anything like that. The bigger the shot live, of course, the higher the accuracy, especially the less the damage. So you might want to use a grenade type weapon to get rid of a whole bunch of small monsters, or to maybe hit something that's moving around really fast and you're finding it hard to get an exact fix on it. But you probably might use something else for like a boss, which is huge, and you basically, you're pretty much always going to be able to hit a massive boss. Just, aim at the right side of the screen. So, for that you'd probably use a non-grenade type weapon. Okay, I think this is working pretty well now, actually. I'm liking the kind of size of the thing. Yeah, that's looking good. That's more grenade and less firework. So let's just play around with it a little bit, see how it goes, see how it plays. Yeah, so it's still pretty powerful against bosses. Cool. Whee! Flight. Okay. Yeah, it feels fun. The ducks are on fire and encased in ice simultaneously. I'm not sure if that's a bug or I don't know. I guess it's okay. Whoa! Wow. Okay. That was an unintended consequence. If you've got a kind of creature that explodes and its gun is a grenade type, then it does that. Which is a bit weird, but I don't know. No, I like it actually. I'm going to call this a feature. Let's go to feature. Yeah. With some types of weapons, I have to stop them from exploding. Like seeking weapons and exploding, far too powerful. It just explodes until like all of the shots head towards you. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much good actually. I'm just going to commit this to GitHub, and yeah, I'm done. Excellent. So it took about 10-15 minutes. Nice. So yeah, I hope you found it interesting. Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.